Mr. Dwivedi, as you are rightly putting this in perspective, and the details of which are also being tracked very closely here at NewsX, there have been many, in fact, dimensions to look at this bilateral talk, and this is coming at a time when there are concerns raising between, in fact, India and the US, also putting a lot of focus on Indo-US relationship as well. Professor Madhav Nalapat, editorial director at the TSG, also joins me live on the broadcast. Sir, it's in fact great time to speak about how the Make America Great Again resonates with also the India's policy given of Viksit Bharat at this point of time. The agenda of all these bilateral talks that will take place is set on a high note, where the visit by Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also very important. While the whole world is in turmoil due to the tariffs imposed by the Trump government, a strict stand is also taken in America. And as one of the guests, Mr. Dwivedi, has also said that there is a host of issues which will be looked at very categorically. If we have to take up in fact roundabout about how exactly the entire meeting is going to give a message, what is your take on that when we talk about the big message that will be given to the world from this platform in Washington DC after Prime Minister Narendra Modi is attending this meeting and gifting also the kind of Indian artisans' work, always promoting the cultural and the heritage ideology that India always feels proud to believe in?
Well, the heritage is something to be truly proud of. There's no question about that. And you have artifacts and very clear records going back a minimum of 6,000 years. And for the course of time, as methods of discovery evolved more. But what is equally important is the fact that you cannot image without make it great again. You know, the two countries are closely interlinked. If you look at technology, Indian people are very, very active, either as Indian Americans or as Indian citizens in the tech sector states. And unlike, for example, people from the PRC, they do not betray the secrets of their employers, and they work very diligently, which is why so many tech companies are headed by Indians and are basically staffed more and more by Indians. So I'd like to say the partnership is broad, the partnership is deep, and Donald Trump's security picks, the security choices are excellent people. They are fully cognizant of the fact that today is the era of the Indo-Pacific. The US, of course, is an Indo-Pacific power. India, Indo-Pacific power. And the era of the Atlantic and the Atlantic community is over in sense of primacy and geopolitical importance. President Trump's cabinet picks understand that. The president himself understands that. In his first term, he surprised the Chinese state by the fact that he had a very independent state, because they were relying on their huge network built over several decades in the United States to ensure that Trump stays in line with basically do what China wants him to do. So I think President Trump overall has a clear strategic vision of the future, and got a team that has got an equal depth of understanding. And from that point of view, I'm very optimistic it's going to be a good meeting.
All right,
Although,
Professor Madhav Nalapat and Mr. Dwivedi, thank you very much for being with us on the broadcast and sharing your insights as well on this important subject that we are